In our community, we had to really take a hard look at what was in the space that the teachers were utilizing and how the students were using space. Our classroom standard size was 748 square feet. And within that 748 square feet, we had 26 student positions. But we had to take a look at everything else within that space that was hindering the movement within space and how the children and teachers use that space, because we felt that there were certain aspects of the work that we were watching or monitoring or observing that were limiting the ability for the teacher to come off a front room. That was one aspect of it. And so we took and analyzed the pieces that were maybe only used 20% of the time or even less. And we took those pieces and we analyzed them in such a way, what can we do differently? We took the teacher's desk or the compound, which we had created and tethered at a specific corner of the room. That's where it was, that was where it was housed. And we took a look at it, and taking a hard look at what that space looked like gave us some ideas to build other solutions, like the Interact evolved from the flat space that was on the teacher's compound that had no horizontal storage on it. And how do we take those resources, those tools, or the pieces and parts that the staff thinks they have to have, and how do we reposition or rethink it to take up less square footage? The result of the Interact and the Transfer Teach is just a little over 8.5 square feet. So in comparison to 80 or 100 square feet, that's a significant change and bonus to pick up real estate. And in a classroom that we formerly thought, if 21st century was going to exist in our community, that meant 900 or 1,000 square feet, and we had 748. And so we had to go back, and we kept looking and we kept looking, and we discovered things like kidney-shaped tables and horseshoe tables where teachers were using part of the day. Now some of the teachers we found were using it all day, every day, and we understood that. But the ones that were using it a portion of the day, how can we take what they were doing and how can we understand the work that they were doing? Can we transform that into another set of tools and resources that can be positioned at that specific point in time to satisfy their needs, but to also not sacrifice 50 square feet or 75 square feet of that room? The last piece that was a big piece of that thought process was the casework that was built along the walls. We were seeing anywhere from 20 to as much as 35 lineal feet of casework built in at a depth of 2 feet deep. Multiply that out, and it's a significant part of that classroom. And so how do we rethink what goes in there and how storage is being utilized, and can I reposition some of that stuff maybe out of the classroom, for example? And if you take a look at just those 3 pieces and take a standard classroom that we were evaluating at 748 square feet, we were only using about 375 square feet just for kids. Everything else was accessory or teacher or this or that. And if you think about 26 kids and 375 square feet, that's not a lot of space. And it's not a lot of space based upon some of the pedagogy that we were being asked to do in our community. Project-based and 375, 26 kids, probably not going to work well. So we had to rethink all those solutions and those systems, and that's part of the background of why Shift Plus was important, and the fact that they can stack and flip and get out of the way and give us the floor. So when we found alternative solutions for the big chunks, we not only got the 375, but we actually got close to 700 square feet of usable space. And if you'd see the difference between before and after, it's quite clear.